Hello, my name is Austin Craver, and today we're going to be talking about identifying narrative and informational text structures. Text structure is something that good readers use to help them understand what they read. Text structure is the organization of text. So what is text structure? Yes, absolutely. Text structure is the organization of the text. There are two main categories today that we're going to look at: narrative text and informational. And each time we encounter new text, we will decide what type of text it is, either narrative or information. So what are the two types of text that we will be talking about today? Absolutely, that is correct. Today we're going to talk about narrative and informational text. In your online resource folder, I have provided a narrative text and an informational text at your instructional level. The purpose of narrative text is to entertain the reader or present a story. Narrative text will often use a text structure that includes a beginning, a middle, and an end of a story. A novel is a perfect example of narrative text. What is the purpose of narrative text? That's it exactly, yes. The purpose of narrative text is to entertain the reader or tell a story. Narrative text is intended to entertain the reader. The purpose of informational text is to inform the reader of an event or provide general information. Your science book is a perfect example of informational text. One tricky thing about informational text is that it can use different structures within one reading passage. So we'll have to watch out for that. Preview the narrative text and identify characteristics that will help you determine the text type. So what are some of the features of narrative text? Listed here, we have some of them: setting, characters, conflict, rising action, the climax, falling action, and the resolution. Narrative text features listed here may or may not be present in everything you read. But it's really important to be aware of them, to understand them, and to be able to efficiently locate these features during reading. It will also help to preview a text before reading and highlight features that are present. Now, let's look at the features of informational text to help us identify how it's organized. So when previewing informational text, we should look for the following features: titles, headings, subheadings, boldface words, charts, tables, diagrams, and graphics. And many modern online articles or reading passages will also include photographs and videos as well. So for example, in this little made-up article here, this is the title: How to Understand Informational Text. Then we have our headings. So here we see types of informational text features. That's one heading. And then down here is just another sample. This would be a subheading. So think of it as, here's the heading, here's the subheading, as in below. Boldface words are the ones that are darker and perhaps a little bit larger. This helps them stand out on the page. These arrows indicate some examples of boldface words. Charts. This is a pie chart and a graph chart. Here we see a table. Tables are a really nice way to organize data and consist of columns, which go up and down, and rows, which go left and right. Diagrams are also a very efficient way of presenting information to readers. And I think the one that we might be the most familiar with, graphics, or images, pictures, illustrations, or drawings. The informational text features listed previously may or may not be present in everything you read. So to efficiently locate features, it's really helpful to preview the text and highlight which features are present. Remember, narrative text structure uses a story structure that includes story elements such as setting, characteristics, conflict, plot, and resolution. A little side note, remember that plot includes rising action, climax, and falling action. Perfect. Informational text structures present information to the reader using different approaches. Informational text structure may have up to 6 different subtypes of text, and we're going to learn more about those in another lesson. All right, so here we're going to pause for some independent work. This will give you time to access your reading passages. Make sure you're highlighting them, and then we are going to come back in a moment. Excellent, welcome back. All right, so I asked you to identify text type for narrative and informational, and hopefully you are now prepared to share why you believe each passage is one or the other, narrative or informational. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and chat and type in the title and then what you think it was, or I prefer to go off mute and share with them. Excellent. As we navigate the course together, there will be frequent periods of providing feedback, largely me providing feedback to you, but also as you work in small groups, you're going to be providing feedback to your peers. And it's important to understand a few things about how to provide feedback. We want to be positive in our practice and give a lot of opportunity for growth and reflection. Right? We don't want to just say, this was poorly written or I didn't like it. That's not very helpful, right? We want to offer positive, constructive criticism and really be supportive of those that we're working with. And I will always strive to acknowledge correct responses and provide feedback for incorrect answers. Text evidence will help you identify the text type and help me better understand your reasoning. So to remember to use the text to help support your statements and claims. Let's take a moment to think about the lesson so far. What are 2 things that you think are going really well? And then moving forward, what are the areas that you would like to focus on? Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. I thank you for your time, and I will be available for questions. Of course, you can always email me, and I check Google Classroom throughout the day. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.